Hi there, thanks for coming back to the channel and watching these videos. Today we are back over the 1978 Proud Catamaran that my brother-in-law is doing a Restomod on. But before I get to that, I just want to let you know that the mega yacht build that's happening in there, I'm still taking videos and they will be coming to the channel in a few months time, but there's lots of progress going on there. But let's get back to the 1978 Proud Catamaran. So since I did the last video, and I think on the last video there were some bits I didn't point out. So, starboard and port lights were put on before. The windlass is now on. Both of these lockers have been painted. I did that. And there's some changes out the back and then huge changes inside, which we're going to go and look at. So let's go down the side decks and have a look. We also gave this a good clean yesterday because it was being used as a toilet by a lot of the seagulls around here. They seem to like the black canopy and the bright white hull, so it was looking a bit dirty, so that was cleaned yesterday. Took a few hours. But if we just go to the back here and see what else has gone on. So first thing, the davits are on their new mounting blocks. It's not done up completely tight yet, it's just in position just to create some space inside, and the swim ladder is also on. And now the weather is starting to turn and hopefully get a bit better. There's a bit more spraying to be done under the hull and a couple of bits on the side of the hull that just need to be sprayed again and polished up. But as we go inside you'll start to see some changes. And look at this. So, new lights in the cockpit. More changes to the console. So this is all going to be rubbed down again and sprayed again. And when the people come back to spray the boat, they will also be spraying this cockpit. But as you can see, my brother-in-law's also had the cockpit cushions made up and they look absolutely brilliant. You can also see that the speakers are in there as well, each side. And I think if I look in here you'll see some of the wiring that's already been put in place, ready to receive the instrumentation. Also, if I just do this, there is now shower, but it's inside now that you're going to see major changes. So I'm going to go in first so you can't see everything. Shall I do that? No, let's just go for it. So look at this. The seats aren't completely finished. They've got to be lined on the back here, just so that again there's no friction onto the material. But look at those seat pads. How does that look? I think that looks absolutely brilliant. I'm going to keep the camera down for a minute because I want to just show you some of the other bits that are happening before. I'll show you kind of some of the big events that are happening here. Systems are now in. All the cupboards here are lined, so this is where you're going to have the fuse board. So there's going to be the electrician coming over in a few weeks time to do all of that. All the wires have been run, all the wires are behind everything here, as you can see. And then we've got some, once this is all wired up, there's some panels to go back inside the boat here, which are going to be lined and just put in for the bedroom. And then that will also be done quite quickly. But the next big project, I should look in here as well. I think this is only being used for storage for a minute, so it won't take long to line that at all and put the cupboards in and shelves in. Sorry. But the next big project is the heads compartment. So what was a water tank at the front is going to become, I think, a brown or black water tank. And then the toilet here is going to be turn to face you as you walk into the bathroom. This is going to be really a wet room, and then there's going to be a wall, I think, coming down here, and that will just be a storage area. But as you can see, all of the wiring for all the systems have already been put in place for everything that's going to go in here. So it's just going to be a case of then building all of this out. But again, this is going to be the next project. But everything's ready to be connected. It's all individually been tested, but it needs to be connected. Then, if we go over to the other side, you can see again loads of wiring coming up here. Go to the other side. More wiring coming through. The position for the fridge hasn't been completely confirmed yet, but you can see all the systems have been run. All the wiring is in and labelled, individually tested, but needs to be connected. So again, once the electricians connect everything, all the paneling can go back on the walls and lined, and that will be ready as another berth. I think you've seen that before. These are just being used, I think, for a bit of storage at the moment. Speakers are in, and all of this wood here is the trim that goes around all of the doors and apertures here. And again, the same thing's going to happen here. Once everything's connected up and you can see all the wiring and plumbing's ready, with the new tank at the back, there'll be panels to go over all of this to cover it, which will all be lined, and then that bedroom's also done. But speaking of bedroom, let's go look at the front bedroom. Now before, this was just an open area, but now it's pretty much finished. So as you can see, everything's good to go. Lights are on, final bits of trim are on here. We've lined the base of the bed. The mattress has just got to go back over. Everything's been lined inside there as well. I'll step onto the base of the bed. All final trim on here as well. All lined and good to go. You have a TV here. And then if I pan up, the ceiling's been done here as well. And I really like this stainless trim coming across here. And the way that they've gone round and folded it in around the opening here. Really good job. All the lights are in as well. Again, all the trim's done here. Hanger locker's ready. I think there'll be a hanger in there as well. The only thing that's got to be done in here is a bit of carpet, which will be similar to this piece here, purely for the bedroom, and then when it goes into the saloon proper, it's going to be a different flooring. But then, the reason I'm keeping the camera low is because the ceiling in here, if you see what system wires there, so you're going to have a panel up here with fuses. If you look up here, this has all been completely lined. Same theme, stainless, all the lighting's in, and these lights all go, can be turned to red when you're doing night running. You can see the vent's been nicely put in for the air vent. And these windows before just had wooden panels in here to block this out, but this has all been nicely trimmed. So it's just a lovely, clean area, and I love this centre section which is curved. I think it looks really, really good. It's really come together now, I think. So my brother-in-law didn't do this. He got a professional to do this piece. The same person's working on the mega yacht, on the concrete ferrocrete boat. It took a week, but I think you'll agree that looks excellent. And same with the seats. Got the same material that's at the base of the bed there, and in the cupboards it's going to be lined underneath all these chairs. So then I think this week the plan is for the same metal strips, you see stainless strips going down here. I think they're going to be going in down these joins in the material. And then for the joins around the back bulkhead into the side, I think they're going to have a professional in to do like an industrial sealant around it to make it all consistent. And I think it will happen the same. We can just see in those corners there, we can see the joins of the material coming under the front of the boat and up the sides. So we'll just finish that off. And then the electrician's due in to connect everything. And then once everything's connected, as I said earlier, we can then start to panel the bedrooms and get those finished pretty quick. And then the big event here is to then start on the wet room. But also once everything's connected up here and all the power's on, the mechanic can come back and connect all the engine up, so that's also ready to go. And then it won't be long, there's a possibility this could potentially be in the water for the end of this summer. And it would have taken a year and a half, but again, give me your comments for this, what do you think? But I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. A complete transformation from what the boat used to look like, where it's all dark and grey and gloomy. Looks completely different, so airy. I think the colours inside really complement the external colour of the boat now. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one start motoring along now. We're kind of near the finishing straight, because say those bedrooms is about panelling and lining. That's going to be the biggest project now. Yeah. And then all of the trim can then start being stuck on all around the apertures and door openings, or in the trim. The work surface here has got to be laminated as well, as will the one on the other side here and the one over here as well. So do tell me what you think. I think it looks, yeah, I can't stop saying it looks excellent, because it does. And for the channel follower that was moaning about there hasn't been a video for 2 months, I hope you like this one. There was also a comment as well asking about how much it's cost. My brother-in-law doesn't want to give me that figure, but I'm going to make a guess. I know the rough price of the boat when he bought it, but I'm going to assume with the big ticket items like the engine, paying someone to build all these seat pads, do the lining and do some aspects of the boat, spraying it and things, I'm going to guess you're probably on top of the boat into this for about another 40 to 50,000 pounds so far. I think that would be my guess. But apart from the hull, the mast and the sails, everything on this boat will be completely brand new. So I would suspect if you ever wanted to sell it, it will get a very good 6-figure sum for it. But anyway, that's enough for today. I hope you like it. So give me some comments, let me know what you think, any questions you want me to ask my brother-in-law, and I will do that. But in the meantime, take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.